The birds of paradise, a family species majority found in eastern Indonesia, Papua New Guinea and eastern Australia. They are members of the family Paradisaeidae of the order Passeriformes. The family has 44 species in 17 genus. The members of this family are perhaps best known for the plumage of the males of the majority species, which are sexually dimorphic. In particular, the very long elaborate feathers extending from the beak, wings, tail or head. For the most part they are confined to dense rainforest habitat. The diet of all species is dominated by fruit and to a lesser extent arthropods. The birds of paradise have a variety of breeding systems, ranging from monogamy to lek-type polygamy. The family Paradisaeidae was introduced, as Paradiseidae, in 1825 with Paradisaea as the type genus by the English naturalist William John Swainson. The majority of birds of paradise live in tropical forests, including rainforest, swamps and moss forest, nearly all of them solitary tree dwellers. Several species have been recorded in coastal mangroves. The southernmost species, the paradise riflebird of Australia, lives in subtropical and temperate wet forests. Mid-montane habitats are the most commonly occupied habitat, with 30 of the 40 species occurring in the 1,000–2,000 meters altitudinal band. The diet of the birds of paradise is dominated by fruit and arthropods, although small amounts of nectar and small vertebrates may also be taken. The ratio of the two food types varies by species, with fruit predominating in some species, and arthropods dominating the diet in others. Here is the lists of species of bird of paradise. Genus, Lycocorax. Halmahera paradise crow, Lycocorax pyrrhopterus. Also known as the silky crow, is a species of medium-sized bird of paradise. One of the few monogamous birds of paradise, the paradise crow is endemic to lowland forests of North Maluku in Indonesia. The diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. The paradise crow is approximately 34 centimeters long with all dark, soft and silky plumage. It has a black bill, crimson eyes, and a call reminiscent of a dog's bark. Both sexes are similar. The female is slightly smaller than the male. The paradise crow is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Obi paradise crow, Lycocorax obiensis. The species was first described and named by Heinrich Agathon Bernstein in 1865. Obi paradise crows are blackish overall, with a bluish-green sheen, iridescence to the feathers. The flight feathers are a light brownish, and the tail feathers have a pronounced bluish sheen to them. They have a crow-like head and bill. The bill is a cool light gray. Also, they have distinctive and beautiful, scarlet-red eyes and blackish to grayish legs and feet with sharp claws adapted for their perching lifestyles. The calls of the Obi paradise crow is one of the most recognizable sounds in its range. Genus, Manucodia. Glossy-mantled manucode, Manucodia ater. The glossy-mantled manucode was the first bird of paradise encountered by the French naturalist René Primevère-Lesson, the first Westerner to see live wild birds of paradise. The glossy-mantled manucode is medium-sized, around 42 centimeters long, glossed green, blue and purple-black with a red iris, black bill, long graduated tail and somewhat elongated upper breast and neck feathers. Both sexes are similar. The female is slightly smaller than the male. It is widely distributed throughout the lowlands of New Guinea and nearby islands. Widespread and common throughout its large range, the glossy-mantled manucode is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Jobi manucode, Manucodia jobiensis. The Jobi manucode is distributed in lowland forests of Jobi Island and northern New Guinea. The diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. Like other manucodes, it is monogamous. The Jobi manucode is medium-sized, up to 34 centimeters long, greenish-blue, black and purple glossed with red iris, lightly crinkled bluish short upper breast and neck feathers. Crinkle-collared manucode, Manucodia chalybatus, is found throughout lowlands and hill forests in mainland New Guinea and Mosul Island of West Papua. Widespread and a common species throughout its habitat range, the crinkle-collared manucode is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. The crinkle-collared manucode is medium-sized, up to 36 centimeters long, greenish-blue, black and purple glossed with a long graduated tail, red iris and iridescent green breast feathers. Curl-crested manucode, Manucodia comrii. The British zoologist Philip Lutley Sclater named this species after Dr. Peter Comrie, 1832 to 1882, who discovered the bird on Ferguson Island in 1874. Genus: Phonygammus. Trumpet manucode, Phonygammus keraudrenii. It's named after its powerful and loud trumpeting calls. The specific name, keraudrenii, commemorates French Navy physician Pierre-François Keraudren, 1769 to 1858. The trumpet manucode is approximately 31 centimeters long. It has elongated horn-like head tufts and loose neck feathers. The plumage is of an iridescent blackish glossed blue, green and purple. It has a red iris, long coiled trachea, and blackish bill, mouth and legs. The female resembles the male, but is smaller in size and duller in color. The trumpet manucode is widely distributed throughout lowland rainforests of New Guinea, northern Cape York Peninsula, the Aru Islands, and the D'Entrecasteaux Islands, though certain subspecies are geographically distinct. This species is monogamous, widespread and common throughout its large habitat range. The trumpet manucode is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Genus: Paradigalla. Long-tailed Paradigalla, Paradigalla carunculata. It's a large, approximately 37 centimeters long, black bird of paradise with long and pointed tail. One of the most plain members in the family Paradiseidae, its only adornment is the colorful facial wattles of yellow, red and sky blue near base of the bill. Both sexes are similar in appearance, however the female is slightly duller and smaller. One of the least known members in the family Paradiseidae, the long-tailed Paradigalla, is endemic to the Arfak Mountains in Doberai Peninsula, West Papua of Indonesia. The long-tailed Paradigalla is evaluated as near threatened on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Short-tailed Paradigalla, Paradigalla brevicauda, is medium-sized, approximately 23 centimeters long, stocky black plumaged with slender black bill and bright yellow and blue wattles in front of each eye. The sexes are almost similar in appearance. The female is smaller than the male with a duller plumage and smaller wattles. The short-tailed Paradigalla is distinguished from its nearest relative, the long-tailed Paradigalla, by its smaller size, shorter tail feathers and lack of red on the wattles. Formerly presumed to have been monogamous, it is now considered to breed polygynously. It inhabits the New Guinea highlands forests. The diet consists mainly of fruits, seeds and insects. The short-tailed Paradigalla is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Genus: Astrapia. Arfak astrapia, Astrapia nigra. Arfak astrapia is the third largest of its genus, being approximately 76 centimeters long, including the tail. The male has a black head with a bluish-purple sheen, or iridescence, and elongated jet black nape crests extending up along the sides of the up to the eyes on each side, a shiny, metallic greenish-yellow cape from the mantle up to the nape, very black, dense and elongated upper breast feathers, and an almost exaggeratedly long tail almost 2 times the length of its body. Arfak astrapia is endemic to the Arfak Mountains in Vogelkop Peninsula, West Papua. Splendid astrapia, Astrapia splendidissima. The splendid astrapia is a medium-sized bird of paradise species, and it is the smallest member of the Astrapia genus, with males averaging approximately 39 centimeters, the slightly smaller females coming in at 37 centimeters. The males probably have the most iridescent plumage of the Paradiseidae family. The male's head to mantle is a shiny iridescent light bluish-green to yellow-green, while the chin throat is more of a metallic turquoise to shiny green, depending on lighting. Beneath the throat is a coppery red gorget that tapers as it moves up the side of the breast, all the way to the eyes. The rest of the underparts are a silky dark green, except for the lower tail covers, which is more of a light brownish color. Its distribution is largely confined to the central and western highlands of New Guinea. Ribbon-tailed astrapia, Astrapia mayeri, is medium-sized, up to 32 centimeters long, without including the tail of the male, which can be over 1 meter. Male ribbon-tailed Astrapia are generally around 125 centimeters, whereas females are around 35 centimeters. The body of males are velvet black. The male has an iridescent olive green and bronze plumage, and is adorned with ornamental ball plume above its bill and two extremely long, ribbon-like white tail feathers. The female has a much duller brown and black body with an iridescent head. Unlike males, females do not have the long white tails. They distributed and endemic to subalpine forests in western part of the central highlands of Papua New Guinea. Like many other ornamental birds of paradise, the male is polygamous. The ribbon-tailed Astrapia is the most recently discovered bird of paradise. Due to habitat loss and being hunted for its plumes, the ribbon-tailed Astrapia is listed as near threatened on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Stephanie's Astrapia, Astrapia stephaniae, also known as Princess Stephanie's Astrapia, is a species of bird of paradise of the family Paradiseidae, native to the Bird's Tail Peninsula, Papua New Guinea. This species was first described by Carl Hunstein in 1884. Stephanie's Astrapia is a most distinctive bird of paradise and extremely unmistakable to recognize. The males of this species reach around 84 centimeters in length, and a considerable portion of its length comes from the long, 47 centimeters, glossy, black central tail feathers, which almost compete with the exaggerated, white tail feathers of the male ribbon-tailed Astrapias. A common species throughout its range, Huon Astrapia, Astrapia rothschildi. This little-known Astrapia is a medium-sized bird of paradise species, excluding the tail. The males reach up to around 69 centimeters long and weighs up to 205 grams, including the tail, while the smaller female is around 47 centimeters long and weighs slightly less at 200 grams. The male's head to breast are black with a velvety blue iridescence, bordered by a characteristic iridescent, coppery orange gorget band. The hindneck is an elongated erectile cape with iridescent blue-green plate-like feathers, tipped pinkish-violet. Upper parts, including wings, are black with a slight bronze-green sheen. Underparts are a deep oily green, with larger, scale-like feathers down the sides a shiny lime green. The impressively long tail feathers are purplish-black with a bluish sheen. Genus: Parrotia. Western Parrotia, Parrotia cephalata, is a medium-sized, approximately 33 centimeters long, bird of paradise with a medium-length tail. The western Parrotia is found only in the mountain forests of Vogelkop and the Wandeman Peninsula of western New Guinea. Corolla's Parrotia, Parrotia keralae. One of the most colorful Parrotias, the queen Corolla's Parrotia inhabits the mid-mountain forests of central New Guinea. The diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. The stunning courtship dance of this species was described in detail by Scholes in 2006. Corolla's Parrotia is medium-sized, up to 26 centimeters long. Male nominate race has velvety jet black head with coppery bronze sheen, short erectile blackish bronzed frontal crest tipped silver white, jet black elongate and vertically raised laurel and foreface feathering from nostril to above eye. Eye broadly encircled by iridescent coppery gold feathering. Feathering on slightly concave crown similar to that around eye, and immediately behind this a narrow nuchal bar of highly iridescent scale-like feathers that appear blue-green to purple and/or magenta. Bronze Parrotia, Parrotia burlepski. The male bronze Parrotia has a blackish body in general with a conspicuous oily bronze sheen, more greenish in the neck area, that gives the bird its common name. The differences in the facial and head area is much more differentiated from the sister species. The frontal crest of the bronze Parrotia is mostly black with only a more reduced portion of white tips towards the center of it rather than an extended area of white found in Corollas. The inner bowl of the frontal crest is greenish gold. Laws's Parrotia, Parrotia lawsi, is a medium-sized, up to 27 centimeters long, passerine of the bird of paradise family, Paradiseidae. It is distributed and endemic to mountain forests of southeast and eastern Papua New Guinea. The male is a velvet black bird with an erectile silvery white forehead crest, iridescent purple-blue nape and golden-green breast plumes which are structurally colored. The breast plumes have V-shaped barbules, creating thin film microstructures that strongly reflect two different colors, bright blue-green and orange-yellow. Eastern Parotia, Parotia helenae, is a medium-sized passerine of the bird of paradise family, Paradisaeidae, endemic to mountain forests of the Bird's Tail Peninsula, Papua New Guinea. It is approximately 27 centimeters long. Wanz's Parotia, Parotia wanesi, is a medium-sized passerine of the bird of paradise family, Paradisaeidae. This species is distributed and endemic to the mountain forests of Huon Peninsula and Adelbert Mountains, northeast Papua New Guinea. The diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. The name honors the German naturalist Karl Wanz, who collected in New Guinea. The male has an iridescent yellow-green breast shield, elongated black plumes, 3 erectile spatule headwires behind each eye, coppery bronzed nasal tuft feathers and long, wedge-shaped tail feathers. The female is a rich brown bird with blackish head. It is approximately 43 centimeters long. Wanz's Parotia is evaluated as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Genus: Pterodophora, king of Saxony bird of paradise, Pterodophora alberti. The adult is approximately 22 centimeters long. The male is black and yellow with a dark brown iris, brownish-gray legs, a black bill with a bright aqua-green gape, and 2 remarkably long, up to 50 centimeters, scalloped, enamel blue brow plumes that can be independently erected at the bird's will. The king of Saxony bird of paradise inhabits and distributed from the Wayland Mountains to the Kratki Range and Mount Gilu in New Guinea. Genus: Lophorina. Greater Lophorina, Lophorina superba. It is a small, approximately 26 centimeters long, passerine bird. The male is black with an iridescent green crown, blue-green breast cover and a long velvety black erectile cape covering his back. The female is a reddish-brown bird with brownish-barred buff below. The young is similar to the female. The Greater Lophorina is a dimorphic species. The Greater Lophorina is distributed and inhabits most commonly in rainforests or forest edges of Papua, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. Crescent-caped Lophorina, Lophorina nida, consists of the words Lophorina, meaning tuft, crest, nose, referring to the upward-standing tufts of feathers behind each nostril, and nida, which refers to the native onomatopoeic name for a bird of paradise. The crescent-caped Lophorina is found in the mountains of Bird's Neck Peninsula, in western New Guinea, Indonesia. Lesser Lophorina, Lophorina minor. It is endemic to the Bird's Tail Peninsula, Papua New Guinea. It was formerly considered as a subspecies of the Greater Lophorina. Genus: Ptiloris. Magnificent riflebird, Ptiloris magnificus, was formally described in 1819 by the French ornithologist Louis Vieillot under the binomial name Falcinellus magnificus. It is now placed in the genus Ptiloris that was introduced in 1825 by the English naturalist William Swainson. The common name, riflebird, comes from the likeness of their black velvety plumage to the uniform of the British Army Rifle Brigade. This riflebird is a medium-sized bird, being up to 34 centimeters long. The male is velvet black bird of paradise with elongated black filamental flank plumes, an iridescent blue-green crown, a wide, triangle-shaped breast shield, and on central tail feathers. It has a black curved bill, yellow mouth, blackish feet and a dark brown iris. The female is brownish with dark spots and buff bars below with a white brow. The diet of the magnificent riflebird consists mainly of fruits and a variety of invertebrates such as spiders, millipedes, etc. Growling riflebird, Ptiloris intercedens, also known as the eastern riflebird, is a medium-sized passerine bird of the family Paradisaeidae. They endemic to the lowlands of easternmost Papua New Guinea. The male is polygamous and performs its courtship display solitarily. The diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. A common species throughout its range, the growling riflebird is evaluated as being of least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Paradise riflebird, Ptiloris paradiseus. Paradise riflebird is a medium-sized bird, with males averaging about 30 centimeters in height and weighing on average 134 to 155 grams. Females are slightly smaller, averaging at 29 centimeters and weighing on average 86 to 112 grams. Both genders have a long, black, decurved bill, black legs, and dark brown iris. The Paradise riflebird is endemic to eastern Australia, from New South Wales to Queensland, where it inhabits rainforests. Victoria's riflebird, Ptiloris victoriae. The smallest riflebird, it measures between 23 to 25 centimeters. Males have an iridescent purple sheen plumage, which becomes more blue-green on the head and more bronze on the lower breast. The throat is velvety black with a metallic green and blue triangular patch in the center. Females have a pale eyebrow, and the buff underparts are faintly barred with brown. This bird of paradise endemic to the Atherton Tableland region of northeastern Queensland, Australia. Genus: Epimachus. Black sickle bill, Epimachus fastosus, is found throughout most of central New Guinea and the Vogelkop region to the northwest in montane forests. As being the second longest bird of paradise species, behind the ribbon-tailed Astrapia, the black sickle bill measures about 110 centimeters in length if the tail is included, and around 63 centimeters without the tail. The female is around 55 centimeters in length. The black sickle bill is a very bizarre species of bird of paradise. Brown sickle bill, Epimachus mayeri, is a species of bird of paradise that is found in the mountain forests of New Guinea. The brown sickle bill is large, up to 96 centimeters long, dark blue and green with highly iridescent plumages, a sickle-shaped bill, pale blue iris and brown underparts. The male is adorned with ornamental plumes on the sides of its rear and a huge saber-shaped central tail feathers that are highly prized by natives. The female is a reddish-brown bird with buff-barred black below. The brown sickle bill is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Genus: Drepanonus. Black-billed sickle bill, Drepanonus albertesi, is medium-sized, about 35 centimeters long, brown. The male has a bare maroon-gray skin around its eye, buff-colored tail, dark brown iris, yellow mouth and black sickle-like bill. It is adorned with dark, horn-like foregrown feathers, an erectile fan-like bronze neck plumes and elongated purple-tipped flank plumes. They found in mountainous areas with a scattered range of presence across western, central and eastern New Guinea. Pale-billed sickle bill, Drepanonus brugini, reach over 35 centimeters, or 13.7 inches, in length. They are among the least attractive birds of paradise, being a dull brownish olive on their upper side, with a grayish-brown underside. Their heads are dark brown, and one of their most noticeable features are lead gray bare facial patches surrounding each eye and covering most of the head. There are also two iridescent tufts rising above the head. The pale-billed sickle bill is distributed to lowland rainforests of northern and northwestern New Guinea. Genus: Cycinoris. King bird of paradise, Cycinoris regius, was formally described in 1758 by the Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus in the 10th edition of his Systema Naturae under the binomial name Paradisaea regius. The type locality is the Aruau Islands. It is now the only species placed in the genus Cycinoris that was introduced in 1816 by the French ornithologist Louis Jean-Pierre Vieillot. They are 16 to 19 centimeters long, but 31 centimeters if central rectrices of adult males included. Females weighed about 36 to 59 grams, and males 45 to 64 grams. The adult male has an overall metallic crimson color, slightly orange under certain lights, and more particularly so in the crown. They have a narrow, dark green iridescent breastband with whitish lower breast, and green-tipped fan-like plumes on shoulder. The feathers of the undertail and mantle are olive brown, with iridescent green tips and violet legs. Bills are ivory yellow. Females have dull olive head and upperparts with yellowish underparts and violet legs. Magnificent bird of paradise, Cycinoris magnificus, Diphyllodes magnificus, is distributed amongst the hill and mid-mountain forests of New Guinea and surrounding islands. As the name suggests, the magnificent bird of paradise is magnificent indeed. It has one of the most complex plumage arrangements in the family Paradisaeidae. It reaches around 26 to 26.5 centimeters in total length, though the body is around 19 centimeters. The male has beautiful golden yellow wings, which are overlapped by a sulfur-colored mantle, or cape, that deflect a whitish glow, with deep red feathers bordered by black beneath the cape that form a semicircle over the wings. There are also scruffy brownish feathers on the sides of the cape. The head is fairly short. It is a light brown in a scallop pattern on the top that extends to the back of the neck, and a darker reddish brown on the face and below the chin. Wilson's bird of paradise, Cycinoris respublica, Diphyllodes respublica. The first footage of the Wilson's bird of paradise ever to be filmed was recorded in 1996 by David Attenborough for the BBC documentary Attenborough in Paradise. An Indonesian endemic, the Wilson's bird of paradise is distributed to the hill and lowland rainforests of Waigeo and Batanta Islands off West Papua. Wilson's bird of paradise is rather small. Males can reach a length of 16 centimeters, 21 centimeters including central rectrices, and a weight of 53 to 67 grams. While females can reach a length of 16 centimeters, but a weight of 52 to 60 grams. The male is a red and black bird of paradise, with a yellow mantle on its neck, light green mouth, rich blue feet and 2 curved violet tail feathers. The head is naked blue, with a black double cross pattern on it. The female is a brownish bird with bare blue crown. Genus: Semioptera. Standard wing bird of paradise, Semioptera wallacei. The standard wing bird of paradise is medium-sized, approximately 28 centimeters long, and olive brown. The male has a gloss violet and lilac-colored crown and emerald green breast shield. Its most striking features are 2 pairs of long white plumes coming out from the bend of the wing that can be raised or lowered at the bird's will. The unadorned olive-brown female is smaller but has a longer tail than the male. The standard wing is endemic to northern Maluku in eastern Indonesia and is the westernmost species of the true birds of paradise. It can be found on the islands of Halmahera and Bacan in lowland tropical rainforests and hills, and occasionally in woodland. Genus: Seleucidus. Twelve-wired bird of paradise, Seleucidus melanoleucus. Found in flat lowlands and swamp forests, particularly throughout New Guinea and Salawati Island, Indonesia. They are medium-sized, approximately 33 centimeters long, velvet black and yellow bird of paradise. The male has a red iris, long black bill and rich yellow plumes along his flanks. From the rear of these plumes emerge 12 blackish, wire-like filaments, which bend back near their bases to sweep forward over the bird's hindquarters. The female is a brown bird with black-barred buffy underparts. Their feet are strong, large-clawed and pink in color. Genus: Paradisaea. Lesser bird of paradise, Paradisaea minor. The lesser bird of paradise is medium-sized, up to 32 centimeters long, maroon-brown with a yellow crown and brownish-yellow upper back. The male has a dark emerald-green throat, a pair of long tail wires, and is adorned with ornamental flank plumes which are deep yellow at their base and fade outwards into white. The female is a maroon bird with a dark brown head and whitish underparts. Further study is required, but it seems likely that birds of paradise also possess toxins in their skins, derived from their insect prey. The lesser bird of paradise is distributed throughout forests of northern New Guinea, and the nearby islands of Masul and Yapen. Widespread and common throughout its large range, the lesser bird of paradise is evaluated as least concern on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Greater bird of paradise, Paradisaea apoda, is the largest member in the genus Paradisaea, with the most glamorous display in the bird world, with males measuring up to 43 centimeters, excluding the long twin tail wires. The female is bigger, at 48 centimeters. The plumage of this species is also sexually dimorphic. The male has an iridescent green face and a yellow glossed with silver iridescence crown, head and nape. The rest of the body plumage is maroon-brown. The flank plumes, used in displays, are yellow at the base, turning white and streaked with maroon. The female has unbarred maroon-brown plumage. In both sexes the iris is yellow and the bills blue. The greater bird of paradise is distributed to lowland and hill forests of southwest New Guinea and Aru Islands, Indonesia. The diet consists mainly of fruits, seeds and small insects. Ragiana bird of paradise, Paradisaea ragiana. Distributed widely in southern and northeastern New Guinea, where its name is kumal. It is also known as Cenderawasih. The Ragiana bird of paradise is the national bird of Papua New Guinea. In 1971 this species, as Genus Paradisaea, was made the national emblem and was included on the national flag. The Ragiana bird of paradise is 34 centimeters long. Its overall color is a maroon-brown, with a grayish-blue bill, yellow iris and grayish-brown feet. The male has a yellow crown, dark emerald-green throat and yellow collar between the throat and its blackish upper breast feathers. It is adorned with a pair of long black tail wires and large flank plumes. The male has the long tail feather while the female does not. The female is a comparatively drab maroonish-brown bird. Its diet consists mainly of fruits and arthropods. Goldie's bird of paradise, Paradisaea decora, is large, approximately 33 centimeters long, and olive brown. The male has a yellow and dark green plumage with a lavender-gray breast, yellow iris and gray-colored bill, mouth and feet. It is adorned with large crimson ornamental flank plumes and 2 long tail wires. Endemic to Papua New Guinea, the Goldie's bird of paradise is distributed in the hill forests of Ferguson and Normanby Island of the D'Entrecasteaux archipelago, eastern Papuan Islands. The diet consists mainly of fruits. The name commemorates the Scottish collector Andrew Goldie, who discovered the bird in 1882. Red bird of paradise, Paradisaea rubra. Up to 33 centimeters long, brown and yellow with a dark brown iris, gray legs and yellow bill. The male has an emerald green face, a pair of elongated black corkscrew-shaped tail wires, dark green feather pom-poms above each eye and a train of glossy crimson-red plumes with whitish tips at either side of the breast. The male measures up to 72 centimeters long, including the ornamental red plumes that require at least 6 years to fully attain. The female is similar but smaller in size, with a dark brown face and has no ornamental red plumes. The diet consists mainly of fruits, berries and arthropods. As an Indonesian endemic, the red bird of paradise is distributed to lowland rainforests of Waigeo and Batanta Islands of Raja Ampat, West Papua. Emperor bird of paradise, Paradisaea julielmi, is endemic to Papua New Guinea. It is distributed in hill forests of the Huon Peninsula. The diet consists mainly of fruits, figs and arthropods. The emperor bird of paradise is large, approximately 33 centimeters long, yellow and brown with a reddish-brown iris, bluish-gray bill and purplish-brown legs. The male has an extensive dark emerald green face and throat, 2 very long tail wires and large white ornamental flank plumes. Genus: Paradisaeidae. Blue bird of paradise, Paradisaeidae rudolphi. The blue bird of paradise is known to have hybridized with Laws's parrosha lassi, which is called Shode's bird of paradise, and also with the Ragiana bird of paradise, Paradisaea ragiana. The blue bird of paradise is mainly a frugivorous species, feeding on a good variety of fruits like figs, drupes, berries, but animal prey is also present in the diet. It includes insects, but also likely takes some vertebrates like reptiles. From all the species in the family, Paradiseidae, most species have elaborate mating rituals, with at least 8 species exhibiting lek mating systems, including the genus Paradisaea. Others, such as the Cicinurus and Parrosha species, have highly ritualized mating dances. Across the family, Paradiseidae, female preference is incredibly important in shaping the courtship behaviors of males and, in fact, drives the evolution of ornamental combinations of sound, color, and behavior. Males are polygamous in the sexually dimorphic species, but monogamous in at least some of the monomorphic species. Hybridization is frequent in these birds, suggesting the polygamous species of bird of paradise are very closely related despite being in different genera. Many hybrids have been described as new species in the past, and doubt remains regarding whether some forms, such as Rothschild's lobe-billed bird of paradise, are valid. Birds of paradise build their nests from soft materials, such as leaves, ferns, and vine tendrils, typically placed in a tree fork. The typical number of eggs in each clutch varies among the species and is not known for every species. For larger species, it is almost always just 1 egg, but smaller species may produce clutches of 2 to 3 eggs. Eggs hatch after 16 to 22 days, and the young leave the nest at between 16 and 30 days of age. People in Papua often wear Cenderawasih feathers in their clothes and customs, and several centuries ago, Cendrawasih feathers were widely used as the basic material for making women's hats in Europe. Hunting of birds of paradise for feathers for the hat trade flourished in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, but now the birds are protected and hunting is only allowed for the festive needs of the local tribe. Hunting for feathers and habitat destruction have led to the decline in the number of birds in some species to threatened levels. Habitat destruction due to deforestation is now a major threat through logging, subsistence agriculture, and population growth and development. While none of the birds of paradise are currently endangered, habitat destruction could become a problem. In addition, many species of birds of paradise have very small ranges, placing them at particular risk. That's the video about the birds of paradise, the most beautifully vulnerable birds family. Let's together preserve their existence. See you in the next episode with various stories and knowledge. If you like this video, please share and subscribe this channel for other interesting videos. See you soon.